now in its third year. Tonight, the California state capitol lit up in yellow and blue in honor of Ukraine's flag and marking the day 3 years ago when Russia's invasion began. What started as a violent conflict in the early hours has now become Europe's largest war since World War II, leaving millions of lives shattered and entire cities in ruins. Across the globe, communities honoring the lives lost and showing support for Ukrainian people. In Sacramento, where one of the largest Ukrainian populations on the West Coast resides, a rally took place at the state capitol to stand with Ukraine. ABC 10's Garsh Pasanga has more on this special event and the ongoing fight.
Alex, hundreds of people coming to the California state capitol for this somber event. And for majority of the people, they're saddened, but majority of them also proud that Ukraine has not folded.
Stop genocide in Ukraine.
Communities around the world coming together marking the third anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. A gathering at the state capitol serves as a somber reflection of the devastating loss of life.
It's very hard and heartbreaking on the one hand, and on the other hand, we feel unbroken.
For the local Ukrainian community, many of whom have lost loved ones or still have family members in the conflict, the fight is far from over.
We're gonna fight, doesn't matter how long would it take. We're gonna fight until we win.
Despite the overwhelming destruction and loss of life, there is still one constant: Ukraine's resilience.
On other side, we celebrate Ukrainian resilience because, as Russian predicted, they will take over within 3 days.
For those gathered at the state capitol, the war is not just a tragedy for Ukraine, it is a global concern.
Ukrainian problem, it's not only Ukrainian problem, it's a global problem. Because history, remember Hitler rise, and later when world ignored, it was way bigger damage, and today it's world problem.
As pressure mounts for peace talks, Ukrainian leaders stress that any resolution must protect Ukrainian sovereignty and territorial integrity.
But we need this peace not by surrendering, but we need this peace to be long-lasting. Regardless of what's happening right now in the news, people of Ukraine are very grateful for the support, because the support from the United States is one of the reasons Ukraine still exists.
We are here with Ukraine, standing with Ukraine, supporting Ukraine, advocating for Ukraine, and raising funds for Ukraine.
Many Ukrainians here at the event say they need America's continued support to help root out evil. Reporting at the state capitol in downtown Sacramento, Garsh Pasanga, ABC 10.
Meanwhile, a shift in U.S. support for Ukraine coming straight from the top. President Trump says the war could end soon if the right steps are taken. During a meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron, Trump voiced confidence in a quick resolution. Macron, however, trying to convince Trump not to abandon Ukraine after a seismic shift in U.S. support. The U.S. now pushing for access to revenue from Ukraine's natural resources intended to pay back the U.S.'s investment in the war. Trump saying a deal is close to being sealed.
I will be meeting with President Zelensky. In fact, he may come in this week or next week to sign the agreement.
Russian President Vladimir Putin saying he hasn't fully discussed the resolution of the Ukrainian conflict with President Trump. Meanwhile, the war has left 1/5 of Ukraine occupied by Russian forces, with devastation continuing.